It's a wonderful morning to worship the Lord. This is the day. This is the day.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's Monday of what is perhaps, one of the two most important weeks of the year. This is Christmas week. Are you excited? I know it's a little bit different year, but I sure hope that you took time to put up some decorations and that no matter who can come over, who can't come over, that you celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. Now, I say one of two because, of course, Easter week would be the second. You can argue which is more important, but they're both totally important. But the event that we celebrate this coming Friday is the one that marks time. If you were born in, I don't know what year, 1950, that means that you were born 1,950 years after Jesus Christ. All of the world reckons time by the birth of Jesus. So I don't think there can be any debate that it's an extremely important day. And we're going to celebrate it all week. And we're going to do that by looking at 4 amazing predictions about his birth. And I say that without any hesitation. They are amazing. And we're going to look, sometimes you know of 2 of them, including today's, but you also oftentimes don't think of it in terms of how amazing it is. Now, we're going to do this so that we can remember them with the acronym BABY, Baby Jesus. B-A-B-Y. We're going to take one letter each day. And the first one, of course, B, is that he was born in Bethlehem. And you say, well, yeah, of course, everybody knows he was born in Bethlehem. Well, the amazing part of that is that 800 years before Jesus was born in Bethlehem, the prophet Micah predicted that. An amazing prediction. Let me read it for you. And this will be our verse for today, okay? In Micah chapter 5 at verse 2. And this again was written around the year 800 BC. But you, Bethlehem Ephrathah, though you are small among the clans of Judah, out of you will come for me, God said, one who will be ruler over Israel, whose origins are from old, from ancient times. Now we know that that was about Jesus. And by the way, if you think this is easy to do, can you tell me, let's just go out 2 generations. Can you tell me where your grandson or daughter will be born? If you can, I want to hear about it because I know you cannot. Because we don't know where our family is going to go or people are going to go or people. So, but Micah knew. Now, the Jews always knew this was a messianic prophecy and that it was about the coming Messiah. And it's so clear by the words. He says, by the way, but you, Bethlehem Ephrathah. And I used to, was that the same Bethlehem? What does that mean? Ephrathah. I'm probably not even pronouncing it correctly. It means like the county or the region, just like we might say Laguna Woods of Orange County, you know? So it's just the region. It is, in fact, it more specifically says it's the Bethlehem that we know. And though you are small, think how small it is and was. And it's amazing it lasted for 800 years. Out of you will come for me one who will be ruler over all of Israel. And that was going to be the Messiah, whose origins, though, are from old, from ancient times. Well, when you're born, how can you be from ancient times? Well, you can if you're God. You can if you're God. And so That's why they knew that this was the Messiah. And we know now in fulfillment of that. In fact, let me turn over to the book of Luke. And in Luke chapter 2, we read all that had to take place for that prediction to come true. And it said in verse 4, because there had been a decree that there was going to be a census taken. So Joseph went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Bethlehem, to the town of David, because he belonged to the house and line of David. So by way of this census that Caesar Augustus called at just the perfect time. Think, Mary and Joseph go to Bethlehem. Think of all that God did in order for this to happen. He had to get the Roman emperor to call for a census. And it had to be that you had to go back to the city of your ancestry. Joseph was in the line of David, and those people went back to the city of Bethlehem. So out of all the cities in the world that Micah could have chosen that say about the coming Savior and that would be born, he chose Bethlehem. And that is exactly where it happened. Now, when people say, how can I believe the Bible? Well, how do you explain that? Those of you who are, skeptical. That's fine. You can be skeptical. There's nothing wrong with that. I was at one point in my life too. But you do have to explain how somebody from 800 BC could predict where the Messiah would be born. That's what Micah did. I'm amazed. I hope you are too. Well, we have a prophecy for tomorrow that is just as amazing, and it's one that you haven't thought of much, I'm sure, if ever. Come back then. We're going to listen going out to the first Noel, which Noel means birthday, the first birthday. Enjoy this, and I'll see you tomorrow.
The first Noel, the angel did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. They looked up and saw a star shining in the east, beyond them far, and to the earth it gave great light, and so it continued both day and night. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Born is the